Good evening, fellow punters. Mickey D back with you on Wednesday evening, just 6:30, with a few for tomorrow. Pleased to say again another winning video that was put up yesterday. 3 winners on it. Didtheyleaveuoutto, after ramping home there a few minutes ago, at a grand prize of 7-2. Come on a lot for the first run after coming from France, as I thought he would. He was 15-8, 2-1 last night, and he drifted out to 4s today. I thought he was going to come into the parade ring with 3 legs, but anyway, he got the job done. There'll be a man happy in Ballintubber tonight. I was slagging him. I do call him young Didtheyleaveuoutto. You owe me a pint, by the way. And last night, earlier today, Dubai Mirage, the boys in blue, with one of my favourite lucky jockeys, Andrea Azzini, winning. He had 3 up today, hadn't he? And he was lucky with another one. I think someone tipped up one of there today that he was second on. He was only beating a neck collar near home. I didn't see some of them because I was driving at the time. I actually didn't see Dubai Mirage's race yet, but I seen there's not one by a nose. Well, we're due that one because we got beaten a couple of times before by a nose. So swings and roundabouts, as they say. And last night then in Sligo, in winter, got the break. A great ride from Billy Lee. Got out from trap 1, and I said to a fella next door to me or beside me, I was at the races. I said, we'll be hard caught here now, and it was. But the one that got away was the one that Siobhan Rutledge was on. Left the stalls a bit late, and she had to roust him up a bit. Took a bit of juice out of him, I suppose, and then there was no gap on the rail. I had a right go at that last night. I won a few pounds because I hit 2 exactas, and I had the first one as well, but it cost me 4 figures if I had won. But I made money. I made a few hundred in Sligo. I done all right, and it was a great evening, and it was great to see that they had the people from the healthcare workers that was on the front line in the pandemic. They were letting them in for nothing there last night, and they gave them a great scene. It was great to see. I met a few there at the races last night. I was only in the gate, and Harry Harlow came up and chatted me, and he's following me since I started there a few months ago, and it was great to have the chat. And I met a bus driver from North Sligo, and he loves the crack about the buses. He loves that angle. So and he's only just getting into horses. It was great to meet him. And I met a man pushing a wheelbarrow on the way in. He was on his way home from Ascot. Tony Mack and his son was with him, Anthony. And he had a right touch, he said, on Coltrane last week. And the wheelbarrow was well full, and it was very generous of him. He dipped in his hand and he plucked out a €50 note, and he gave it to me for a charity of my choice. So, as all of you know, I suffer from MS, so my charity is the local branch of MS. So I'll be giving that to Patsy one of the next days when I see her. So thank you very much for that, Tony. Top man. Well, let's see. Red Ball of Fire, that was the one that let us down. But anyway, to still a nice way. The horse that won it, trained by Ross O'Sullivan. So I made my way over to the parade ring, and I waited until he was coming out, and I just said to him, well done, congratulations, nice winner. And I just said, what's the story with Sam Rogue tomorrow evening? So he said, I'll keep an eye on it. And I said, I've been keeping the 2 of them on it of late. And he's a little winner race on the grass. Whether it will be tomorrow or not, I don't know. And I knew the handbrake was on again today, even though there was money for it. It wasn't the connections money, because I put up in the description, keep an eye out. So I heard today handbrake was going to be on. So I think that's what the jockey might have been doing, getting into bother. But we'll get him, or her. We'll get her, I'll tell you. Matthew Agnew was jogging on the spot when I arrived this morning with the bus, and Pádraig Fallon couldn't make the races there yesterday. He was in the hayfield making laps of hay. And for any people that don't know laps, they're small little cocks of hay. If you see the rain coming, you make those because it's better than it leaving it flat on the ground. So he couldn't make the races. And Christina Davis as well, she's been leaving a few tips lately, and mostly they've been successful, and she was very unlucky with one yesterday evening, and Tony didn't see it, but anymore, if you're making a comment about losers or that, just make sure that you have the facts right, because I see Roy Harris as well said before that he stopped doing it out of criticism, and look, we're all in this together, so if you fancy one and if it doesn't come off, it's not the end of the world, so evaluate the information and take it as it comes. But keep at it, Christina. Tony made a mistake and he's bringing you flowers, he said. Mike Benson, he was on Inventory yesterday evening, and all told, it was a good evening at the races. The jackpot, I see, was 1,800, and there was only just slightly less than 1 unit, 0.9 of a unit. Anyway, on to tomorrow. There's an interesting horse running for me, or for us, at the 1 o'clock at Newcastle, Thundering. Kevin Ryan and Kevin Stott. It's a 1 mile 4 handicap. That's on the go, and it's for 3-year-olds only. It's only ran 4 times. Has been 5th, 2nd, 5th, 2nd. 2nd in Doncaster the last time. And ran a bit green to, and an odds-on shot of Michael Stouse got up to beat it on the line. But his previous run, which was 5th, the winner of that was Eldrov, who won the Queen's Vase in Royal Ascot last week. The 2nd and 3rd were unplaced in Ascot, but they were deemed good enough to run, and they were post-impressionist, and there was money for him and Honiton, and I backed him and tipped him up. But he won a race since that race, and actually even the 4th horse that was in that race in Newcastle had won its previous race. So that was a mile 2, and the way I thought that Thundering finished off its race, even though you couldn't sort of see it at times because he was that far back falling out of the television, but he finished sort of mid-screen then towards the end. And I think the step up in 2 furlongs, and I think it's 70 or 80 yards on top of that. It might be to his advantage tomorrow. I normally don't go near horses first time out on their handicap unless I know of an angle on the foot, but there's money for another one first time out, and I think this is better for him. It's 11-4, so 2 points win. And in the 4:55 at Newmarket, it's a 2 miles flat race, class 5, 7 declared. A horse I tipped up the other day, Didtheyleaveuoutto. It was 8-1 at the time, and it came into 3s. JP owns it, and I just made the comment at the time in the next video that the wrong people might have had the money on, but he's rated 66 on the flat, and it's 134 over hurls. It's a 9-year-old. It's out of presenting, so it'll like top of the ground. And it won last June in Nottingham over a mile 6 of 63, and it's 3rd in Goodwood in April over 2 miles. That's 11-4 as well. So 2 points win on that and a pint double. There's one other one that the last race at the 4:40 at Nottingham, Russian Rumour. We backed this the last time and it ran 2nd to an 11-year-old, all yours. It's 11-2 tomorrow. There's a girl rider on it. She's claiming 7. Olivia Tubb. Never heard of her. I think this is only her 2nd lifetime ride. So maybe they might strap her in rodeo style and let her off. And it ran well in Nottingham before, and I always think that horses that run well in Nottingham once, they'll do it again. So it might be worth a pint each way at 11-2. I'm saying a pint each way because that's sort of the lowest I do sort of say it. But go smaller or maybe put it into an each way Trixie or something like, there's a race in this, but I prefer a stronger person in the saddle, Anyway, that's me done and dusted. Oh yeah, there's a nods-on shot. I thought I might get even money or 6-5 or 6-4. Council in the 2:55 at Nottingham tomorrow. It's out of Frankel. It's rated 86. It's the only 4-year-old in the field. I want to get this under 10 minutes because it takes longer when it goes up. I'll be back tomorrow. Busy weekend coming up, and a bit of study to go in off to mow the lawn and get that out of the way. Good luck.